Hey, what's up, family? Welcome to another Food and Finance Friday here on Lyle's Legacy. A question for you: what is your sweet spot? Okay, now what am I talking about? Of course, I'm talking about food. All right. So, what is that sweet treat that you're like, oh, this gives me life? you know, yeah. So, I like my sweets. Okay. Um, you have to use moderation. But yeah, I still like them. But then also, I'm talking about retirement. What's your sweet spot for retirement? Okay. Now, so first, dealing with the food. Okay. Now, my wife's definitely her favorite snack and a dessert snack would be ice cream. Yeah, hands down, hands down. Mine, uh, you know, my, yeah, it's donuts. They have a very special place in my heart. you know, um, but I do like ice cream. Honestly, ice cream has a special place in my heart. My father used to, take me by myself. He and I would go and get ice cream, and he would just let me talk. You know, I didn't realize till I was grown that that was his way of looking into my life, seeing what's going on in my mind, and seeing how I'm thinking, what I'm doing in life. So those are some very good bonding moments. So we get down with the ice cream, right? But of course, we live in this vegan lifestyle. So what do? Got some what I call vice cream. So what is vice cream? Okay, vice cream is vegan ice cream, and sometimes it can be your guilt-free vice. All right. so what about this? Let me tell you a little bit about this. What we have here is chocolate peanut butter chocolate chip ice cream. All right, has in it. Watch out now. Bananas, avocados, 100% natural cacao powder, agave nectar, vanilla extract, 100% natural peanut butter. I choose to use Crazy Richards. All it has in it is peanuts. That's those are the ingredients, right? Um, there's Nestle Toll House allergen-free chocolate chips. I only have three ingredients. You got 100% natural cacao powder. You have raw cane sugar and cocoa butter. All right, and then there's raw pecans. So, what does it do though? I mean, yeah, this now there's different recipes. I think I said this before in another video. There are different recipes that my wife was making. Uh, and then I started making this. Oh, I forgot. It also has oat milk in it. Almost totally forgot about that. Also has oat milk in it. Um, but I started making this. Now my wife doesn't even bother with the other recipes. So let's check it out. Mm. Oh my goodness. I'm happy. I am happy. You know, especially I'm starting to get it down to where I'm getting it pretty consistent because I don't do too much of measuring, like using measuring tools. I kind of just, do it by sight and feel, smell. That's good. I don't want to be too long and get back to that. I'm gonna get to these finances. Mm. Ooh. Of course, like I said, retirement, right? What's your sweet spot for retirement? the question, I have another question. Do you know your retirement number? All right. What's your retirement number? The number you need to live the lifestyle that you want to live in retirement. All right. So how do you figure that out? Well, one, you're gonna have less deductions in retirement, so that's something you have to account for. If you're a homeowner, more than likely you would have paid off your mortgage, so that's not going to be a deduction that you're going to have anymore. For a parent, you're not. By the time you retire, the traditional retirement age around 65, 67, you're not going to have dependent children. Well, at least not minor. You probably won't have minor dependent children. Of course, there's those who have adult children that are still dependent on them, but that's maybe another video. But more than likely will not have minor children. When you're in retirement age. So those two alone are two huge tax deductions that you won't have. So you have to keep that in mind. All right. So one, where's the money go come from? For your retirement, and then also how much do you need to last your lifetime? Okay. So one way to you want to figure out your retirement number. So I'm going to use a pretty easy math number, okay? We're going to take 100,000. So you need to know, what is your retirement number. Okay? How you figure that out? Well, let's say you have $100,000, right? Divide that by 0.04. Okay, why 0.04? Well, one, you want to be able to live off the interest, okay, and not, cut it too much into the principal. But you want it to outpace inflation, all right? If you're not outpacing inflation, you're losing money, and it's going to be kind of hard to, live in retirement, with not enough money that, losing money. So what is that? That would be $2.5 million. Okay? So that's what you need to have saved. And you want to have it growing in an account where it's gaining interest that's outpacing inflation. Okay? Now, so that's the second question I asked. How much do you need to last your lifetime, right? So, where's the money gonna come from? Where's in retirement? All right. So if you are a person who okay, retired, I'm gonna have Social Security. If you are depending totally on Social Security, I've heard it called social insecurity. The fact that it's called that should kind of give you a clue that that's not what you should depend on. The average Social Security check is $1,705. Okay, but if you are retired making $100,000, right? Well, then that's above average, right? So what would be the check for someone who is retires making $100,000, right? So That'd be $2,026 a month, or $24,315 a year. So, do you really want to go from from living on $100,000 gross to living on 24,000? I mean that's for you to answer. I don't know if you ever thought about it like that, but it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Have you even thought about, hey, do I know my retirement number? Not, have you ever thought about that? Okay. All right. Now, what about someone who says, okay, I'm going to save it in my savings account? Well, because of inflation right now, savings accounts are getting a little bit more than, than the usual, like it used to get like less than 1%, but there are some banks now that are giving, like 3-4%. Okay, but inflation is also a beast right now. Okay, um, so but if you're saving, if you're like I'm going to save just in savings, well that's not keeping it up with inflation, right? Um, but like things, or if you have it in stocks, bonds, or CDs, if you're depending on either any of those things, those are all taxable accounts. Okay, so if you're depending on any of those, you have to account for the taxes. Now, you see here, this is the Q. That's when you're putting it in right here. This is the accumulation phase. This is the distribution phase. These lines that right here indicate when you get taxed. So you get taxed when you contribute, as it accumulates, and that meaning when it grows, and when you're taking the money, you're getting taxed all the way. So whatever money that you have growing, saving and growing in there, that's not the money that you get to live on. Because it's not just about how much you make, it's how much you get to keep and spend, right? How much you get to live on. So if you are getting taxed as it grows, the capital gains tax is actually less. And then that's just the tax. Then there are, there's the charges, oh, like they have their administrative, the different charges. Okay, that's also subtracted from the money that you're able to actually live off of. Live off of. Okay. Now, what if you do the tax deferred? A couple examples are your 401 Section K, annuities, and IRAs. Okay. So what about these? If you're dependent totally on those, cool thing is it's tax deferred. So when you it's pre it's the pre-tax dollars that get put into the account. All right. So you're not taxing it put in or as it grows. Okay. But see this right here. Remember I said those lines indicated. It indicates tax. So it is growing. It gets big. Here's the seed down here. This is the harvest. So once again, whatever it grows to, you're not able to live off of that because you have taxes. All right. Okay, so there are those things. So what we've gone over, social insecurity. All right. We've gone over your taxable accounts, your savings, stocks, bonds, CDs. Okay, we've gone over tax deferred accounts. which includes your 401 Section K or 403 Section B. All those. If it starts with a 4, this is for the government. It's designed by the government for the government. All right. So that it can be, it's qualified because it's qualified to be taxed. Okay. So we went over the 4s. We went over, including that is annuities, as well as traditional IRAs. Okay. But what about the tax advantage or tax-free, tax-never account? All right. So right here I want to focus on this cash value life insurance. It's also a Roth IRA. Okay. These are the accounts in which you don't get taxed. All right, because you're taking after-tax dollars. So you're not taxed when you put it in, not taxed as it grows, and the best yet, you're not taxed when you take it out. You want to live on it, okay? So right there, that for me, that's the sweet spot, right there. Now, do I believe? I said in another video. I'm pretty sure. I don't believe that this is the only thing you should depend on. I do believe you should have a diverse portfolio. You want to have some in the savings. Only enough for your emergency fund. Okay, so like 6 months worth of living expenses. All right. Also, I'm sorry, I have to back up. Once again, looking at, well, no, I'll just keep going and I'll say what I was thinking about. All right, so I have enough for your, like I said, for your emergency fund, right? And then I do believe there should be some in the tax deferred account. All right. Now you don't want to have too much in there, okay? Because you want to be able to take the money out tax free, and you also don't want it to cause your Social Security to be taxed. All right. Now you done been taxes been taken out all the time you've been working for Social Security. It's supposed to be tax free, but now because you have too much money in your savings, in your taxable account, in your tax deferred account, now your Social Security is being taxed. It's like, man, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be able to live on this money, but not if you got too much in those accounts. And then you need some in your tax advantage or tax free account. Okay. The beautiful thing about that is, especially in the cash value life insurance, it doesn't count against Social Security. It's automatic. You take it out the right way, it's automatically tax free. So, like I said a little earlier, it's not just how much you make, it's not just how much you save and how much you grow. It's how much you get to keep and spend to live on. All right? Yeah, so I really, really hope that this was helpful, that it blessed you. Remember to, I'll ask you to subscribe to the channel, to like, to comment, share, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video. And remember to always take control of your time, your money, and your future. Be blessed, family. I'm out.